Ooh. Hey, you all. Ooh, excuse the lighting. I've been all over the house trying to correct the lighting to make it look right, but this is good as it gets today. I don't know what's going on, but okay. It is what it is. But anyway, um, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk to you all what the Lord has shared with me day before yesterday. Um, it was about what he shared with me. What he has shown me is about mental illness. What he has shown me was I was with this lady. The lady had a daughter, and they were. I don't know where I'm at. It was like some kind of store, a mall, or something like that. And the lady wanted to make a purchase, but she was trying to make a purchase in her daughter's name and her daughter's ID. So um, she came to me, wanted to purchase some stuff. She decided she wants to use a credit card, and I had told her that I need to, see some ID or whatever. And she showed me an ID, and it's like she took a picture that was, that was of her daughter, and you could tell she took a picture and she cut her daughter's face out of the picture and pasted onto her ID. And so I tried to play it up because I just knew something wasn't right with the woman. I knew something wasn't correct, within her mind. So what I done is I became humble. I stayed humble, should I say. I stayed humble and I looked at the ID, but I just realized what she had did, with the picture and all. So, with that being said, I stopped writing because I was writing down, I guess, the information that was on her ID, and I stopped and I said, "Ma'am, you can't do this, to your daughter. You know, I realized that, this is not her, this is you, and you can't use your daughter, ID or identification of any of hers trying to make a purchase or whatever." So this lady, she became raging, just raging mad. And she stood up, and I remember getting up and I followed her and her daughter. So she starts, just kind of slapping her daughter around, and just kept saying, you're going to do what I tell you to do. Not just like something's mentally wrong with this woman. So, I remember stopping her and saying, "No, you will not be doing this. Something is really wrong with you. And you can't be doing this to your own daughter. This is your own flesh and blood. You can't do this." So, of course, she started, let me just say, start going off on me, whatever. I didn't budge. I wasn't scared or anything. Um, I kind of turned around and let it alone, because after a while she started calming down, and she had left. But I had left also, and it's like we were in this, house together, and well, I won't say together. I was in their home, and I remember we're, I'm, kind of walking into this woman's house, and it's like she still wasn't done with her daughter. She wasn't happy with her, about, what happened between her and I. And so she told her daughter to just go into the bathroom. And I remember just seeing her walk out with this long belt, and she just started, and I couldn't see her daughter anymore because she walked in this, this bathroom, and she just started just hitting her completely, with the belt. And I just kept saying, you can't do this. This is so wrong with you. Something's really mentally wrong with you. You can't do it. Stop whooping her. You whooping her for no reason. And so I remember, as I'm telling her this, it's like I was phasing out, and I went on to another dream. It was another dream where it's like I'm on an airplane, but I'm standing up. I'm just, looking at, what's all, about to take place. And I remember on the airplane there was two men. I'm gonna tell you now, one of the men, please don't judge me. This is what the Lord gave me. One of the men looked like Ice-T. I really thought that's who the man was. I don't now here's the thing, I don't listen to Ice-T, rap music, especially back in the day, even though, that was my era. I'm not trying to tell my age, but it is what it is. But and I don't, look at none of his movies or the TV show that, he's on. Um, but it was him and this guy, and they were sitting in an airplane in seats or whatever, and him and this guy were just talking. That's all they were doing. They were just talking. There was no argument or anything. And next thing I know, they were going back and forth with something, but it wasn't no argument. So the guy just shot Ice T. I'm gonna just say Ice T. That's what the guy looked like in the chest. And I remember counting the shots like 5 times. And I mean, when I say he literally just shot him right here, then blood just started appearing or whatever. And I see he wasn't out of breath or he wasn't losing conscious or anything like that. He was just, asking the guy, why would you shoot me? I have done nothing wrong to you. So why will you shoot me? And he kind of started repeating that. And I was like, okay, well, Lord, look like he ain't gonna, die because, he's still talking, and like just still like he just wasn't going to know, he wasn't losing conscious, let's put it that way, at all. So again, I'm like, okay, this is a mental illness thing. This man just come out of nowhere and just shoot the guy, and not just I just kept having just more and more dreams about what I saw. And here's the thing, I know mental illness has been going on for many years. I know back in the day, a lot of especially families, dealing with the generational curse of mental illness, and that's why it had to stop here with me, or let's just say, within your family, if you have any mental illness going on in your family, it has to stop somewhere. Because first of all, it's definitely demons that's within these people. And I understand with the medication, things like that they have for things like that. And I don't, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, I just come against the medication because if you have to, you have to really understand and realize that we have Jesus on our side. He is our deliverer. Instead of trying to do this quick fix, trying to take a pill every day. I mean, I'm sorry, but I come against is when there's people that needs to be delivered. Because here's the thing, people got to understand that mental illness can come from so many things, so many things. Where to me, I really feel, I don't want to say feel, I'm going to say no, because I don't want to assume that, especially some of the medication, alcohol, is that a certain word, alcoholism, alcohol and drugs, can conquer these things. It really can. Or, another person putting a curse on, you or your family. That's why we had to come against curses every single day, against ourselves and our families or what have you. Um, and I just believe that, Jesus just a true, deliverer, I realize the word live is in deliverer. Let's live. That's not life to, have mental illness and, because you're not really yourself. There's definitely a demon that's controlling, people who has mental illness, you know, and so I'm coming against it right now because the Lord was showing me this, of course, for a reason. Uh, for a reason. I understand, like I always told you guys. I get it. Sometimes I just come with, um, visions, where they're just, bad or bad news. But Jesus loves us so much, he give us these things so we could pray over these things, so it won't come our dwelling, our family dwelling, our friends dwelling, what have you. So let's come against this. Again, I understand that it's been out for a long time, but he's showing me where it's just going to get worse than it has ever before, and we want to come against it. You have to understand this. I dealt with people, a lot of people, who has mental illness, and although I can pray for them every day, I just can't be there for them like I want to every day, because some of them wish that I was there with them, and some, I got a couple that's mad at me because I'm not saying that I'm not there for them, but every day, there's just other things I have to do each and every day, and I still pray for them. So what I told them to do, I love this website. Again, this is not a sponsorship. Again, I wish I could sponsor them, but there's this wonderful website called Demon Busters. You can Google it, and I think it's just demonbusters.com. It has wonderful witchcraft prayers and things like that on there, where I had some of these people, I even printed some of the prayers out and just told, some of them, leave them by your bed, and, when you speak, is, believe that, you're going to be delivered from, these dark entities and things like that, demons, and, whatever that's, the enemy. And I can't say, for an example, I'm not gonna state no names or anything like that, but there's I guess I can call her, young lady now. She's not a child, even though she still look like one. Um, she's been delivered from a lot of things. She used to hear voices. She used to hear a bunch of yelling. Spirits telling her, to do certain things. And I remember she was telling me that she had lost a baby. I think she was probably around 4 months or so when she lost her baby. She had a miscarriage, and she was just dealing with a whole lot. And I told her, not only that I was praying for her, had her to come to my church, have her to um, read some of those prayers off of demonbusters.com. And I can say that she said, she came to me. She said, I'm not hearing those voices anymore. She said, I even had a dream that I went to heaven and I stood next to Jesus. Or she said he stood next to her. Let me go ahead and rephrase that. She said that he stood next to her on her right side, and he was holding his baby. And he told her that, I don't want to say think. I know she said that he said it was a little girl, and the baby had Down syndrome. And he assured her that the baby was okay. He took the sickness away from the baby. This is his words. He took the sickness away from the baby. So right there, that's enough to shout right now. I'm really trying to stay calm and talk to you guys, because things like that, when Jesus come to you like that and telling you how your baby is okay, because of course babies don't make it, where are they going? And he loves babies. He loves his children. He loves children. So how awesome is that? And how awesome is that she's been delivered from these voices, you know and again, I just can't stress how much mental illness is because of demons. And I get it. Scientists not going to understand it because they're scientists, and a lot of them believe just in scientific things, and not of spiritual things. Not God Himself and things like that. So Of course, they're going to put out the medication, for these people. And I'm be honest with you, my opinion, just my opinion, I'm so against the antidepressants and things like that. And then I even have a friend that told me that the